Protrusion A is being introduced to immersion B. Every time I put on a pullover, I am newly born. The head peeks out of the vaginal collar. It is a globe in which the world swims and slaps with its iridescent fins. In order not to drown, human beings continuously blew up their built-in life buoys. 6 billion rib cages swell and contract at the same time. In interstellar space, our hearts of air begin to beat. I breathe 12 times per minute, 700 times per hour, 6 million times per year. I'm going to take more than 400 million breaths throughout my whole life, the same as all of Europe in this moment. I breathe in the smells of the atmosphere, the souls of things. My nose knows thousands of them. The sole of my feet is the most obstinate. It prefers to withdraw into stinking gorges. My feet fondly wear walking doghouses or snail shells on high heels. Fortunately, they are situated at the most faraway spot. They look up at me indifferently with their 10 blind eyelets. Through the toes, my legs have sucked the nourishment out of the ground. They were 2 roots that grew out of the earth. The trees left the wood in pairs to take a trip through the world. They united their strengths and ended up in my buttocks, the most comical part of the body. My buttocks are paranoid. They are so afraid of edges that they produced exaggerated cushions. But my buttocks are not only superficial. They know the dead very well and have witnessed thousands of funerals. They know how the corpses of dead fruit look, the putrid flesh of digested animals. In reaction to so much tragedy, they pipe a little tune. A lift continuously runs between the anus and the head. Data is conveyed permanently to the control tower. My head runs commands to the rest of my body. It collects all the information that rushes in from outside. Going by the letter of the law, it is an autonomous area, a city-state, a region with exceptional status. In the highly specialized infinite nerve administrative units, cells are engaged. They work all day. They collect sensory input. They plan actions and pass on information at lightning speed. Every day, thousands of them die from exhaustion, as many as the entire brain of a fly. Every thought looks for a muscle that it can move. Like the limbs of marionettes, they get going, they contract and release. They swell and become flabby again. Stand up, stretch, march, turn, wave, take, shake hands, snatch, bite vigorously, whack, pedal, tumble, trip, founder, regain balance, pull oneself together, make the performance in time. My tongue fancies itself as a great conductor who expects undivided attention. It carves my voice, sculpts out words that slip away from it. It curves back and forth, rears up, stretches and elongates. It robs the voice syllable after syllable. The world gets to hear the wild sound of my thoughts. Eat steak. Every tooth has a brother. It is both itself and the desire for its double, from whom it has been separated since its birth. Together, they form a pond in which saliva streams. Every meal leaves behind the melancholic taste of saying goodbye. Agitated juices wait for the decomposition of their victims. Brutally, the prey is savaged. The pulp runs rotten into the filthy sausage casing made of mortadella, ham, salami. I am a machine that processes broccoli, air, and steaks into skin, hair, bones. I am in the world, and the world is in me. I am porous, perforated with in and outlets. The world wants to know how I touch myself. Air, ground, clothes, everything touches me to find out if I am caressably smooth or rough, exposed or wrinkled. More creatures live on top of the skin than human beings in the world. My body explodes in slow motion. It cultivates landscapes out of little hairs, tight and sparse, fuzzy and silky. They are afraid of dying. One after the other must be sentenced to death, guillotined with scissors and razor blades. The gateway between in and outside is my face, equipped with instruments to evaluate electromagnetic oscillatory instability, to analyze suspended sediments in the air, to execute communication, and to disassemble nutrients. I am happy. My lips spread a hammock over my face. It is beautiful to lay on a smile in the fresh air. But there is a constant threat of rain. Over every cheek, a cloud triumphs. In its middle, a split opens up, revealing a black sun. I could also have tucked 2 fat cysts into my eye sockets, but no. This time, I succeeded in creating something totally pure. As a safeguard, my lids are assembled with thorns. My glance is furry. Oops, there is a comma sitting on my cheek. A small parenthesis tries to imitate a tear, runs over the surface, and melts the fundaments of my body. Sudden outbursts of temper and volcanic eruptions shake the terrain, upsetting even my arms. Disturbed, they change their identity. 2 snakes, 2 eels, handles, wooden spoons, plungers, claws, whips, rotary blades, 2 nutcrackers with which I press out lemons, 2 battens. I move my hand like a metronome, cut time into even smaller pieces. Who knows from where my wrist has this sense of control? Something like a heart must beat in them. Blow up, contract, gasp for breath. The heart shoots a cloud of ink into the body, fogs the waters with its blood. This totalitarian muscle has my whole body in its grip. In the veins, millions of insects go in single file. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are responsible for transport, defense, and disaster prevention. Every day, they march 19,000 kilometers through the canal system. My head swims with so much joy of movement. I put 1 foot on the ground, get sucked in by gravity. My feet are 2 irons, with which I even out all the creases of the earth. By walking, I make the earth roll, circle around the navel, linchpin of myself, remained residue of an ancient separation, knotted in a hurry. I embrace the equator with a body knitted out of 100 billion cells.